Welcome back. Hi, I'm Jason, and you've reached the help desk, where we have fun and work using technology. Today on the channel, we're going to be comparing the new video cards from Nvidia and AMD, specifically the RTX 3080 and the 6800 XT. In our comparison, we're going to be discussing the pros and cons of each card, but more specifically, which card fits gamers and the needs of gamers today and all the things they may want to do with them. Let's get into it. Okay, so here are the two cards I kind of want to do the comparison here about, and it's going to be the RTX 3080 versus the 6800 XT. And the reason is because they're the closest in price point that has sort of been touted as the top of the food chain card, unless you're going to the extreme 3090s or the 6900s. But for gamers, primarily the top of what you're going to really be looking at price-wise and performance of what your needs are, even up to 4K, are going to be those two cards. And they're separated by $50 on MSRP. The RTX 3080 goes for $69.99, $69.99, $699, and the 6800 XT goes for $649. So we're talking about $50 difference. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, when I'm building roughly a $1,500 to $2,000 PC, $50 is nothing. And considering it's the most important part of your build, honestly, $50 shouldn't matter. So we're going to consider price is not going to be a consideration in choosing these two cards. Well, let's look at some of the stats. All right, as you can see, without ray tracing on, both cards are comparable. A few percentage points really isn't going to make that much of a difference. I know across titles, there can be some discrepancy to that, but a lot of the times it's less than 10% difference in performance when the ray tracing is off. Except this is 2020, and a lot of games, and some of the best, most fun, entertaining, best looking games are using ray tracing. We got World of Warcraft, Minecraft, Control, Cyberpunk. They're all using ray tracing. And as you can see, 25% to 50% performance increases for the 3080 is just not something that you can look away from, especially not for $50 on the card. Last but not least, gamers use their video cards for streaming and encoding things. Now, Nvidia wins hands down here because they have a dedicated encoder, which AMD does not, which means that when you're streaming on Twitch or encoding video, we're talking far greater performance. And it's really not something that can be overlooked. I'm very disappointed AMD did not include it this year in the 6800 series of cards. It was the one thing that I really feel like, at least in my household, we want to get into streaming, me and my son, and I just can't see using an AMD card to do that when an Nvidia card is sitting right there for just $50 more and has a dedicated encoder. Again, this video really sparked my interest because I was ready to pull the trigger on a 6800 XT because stock's so low on everything that when I got a notification that some were in stock and I was able to add it to cart, I was just a second away from hitting purchase, and I thought, man, I'm gonna be really disappointed with this card. So I just decided I'm gonna keep waiting for 3080s. All right, I just wanted to say I'm not an Nvidia fanboy. I'm just a fan of getting the hardware that I don't buy very often, and I want it to last as long as it can to do as many things as I would want it to do as it can. And right now, I feel like this year, Nvidia still wins. They still have the crown as the card to get for a gamer and for production as well. Video editing would probably benefit a lot from that card as well, for the same reasons it benefits video games. If you've been watching the video this long, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell notification. I love making these kind of videos. I love sharing my ideas. My wife doesn't like listening to them all the time, so I like to put them on videos and share them with people that are like-minded. Anyways, see you guys later. Bye.